Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and create our repository over here. And for that, I'll go to the repository section over here, and let's just go and create a new file. And let's just call this one as I'll call this one as a tax repository. And REPOSITOR repository.the file. And let's just go and create a simple class over here that will be of the tax repository over here. And let's just go and close it over here. Once we have this particular class, we'll just create a simple concrete class over here. We are not going to use any of the abstract class. Since this is a small application, we don't want to over complicate it over here. So once we have this particular class, the first thing we'll require here is the tax API that we have created previously, and that will be of the, I'll just go and say this is of the tax API, or I'll just say the tax API over here. And we need a constructor for this one, so let's just go and create the constructor of the tax repository, and we'll pass in the tax API as a required parameter over here. And once we have this particular constructor, let's go down and let's just go create our function. This will be of the future, and we have the get tax over here. So let's just go and import our response, the tax. I guess this should be of the tax response over here, and this will be of the get the tax over here. So this will go and get all of our tax from the API. And from here we need to pass in the map, and then the type is of the string, and then the dynamic, and this will be of our prompts. And from here we are going to return, and I just need to make this one as a async so I can make use of the await over here, and the tax API dot the get all of the tax over here. Let's just go and close this function over here, and that should be fine. So this function is going to return us the all of our tax, right? And then we have the return type as the future of the tax response. Next will be to get a single tax over here. So I'll just copy the whole thing, so I just don't want to spend much time over typing over here. This will be this will return us the tax response from here. So let's just go and import that one. This is to get a single tax, and for that we just need to pass in the ID, right? And this is to get a single tax from the API, and I just need to pass in the ID for that one. So this is going to return us a single tax from the API. And let's just copy this one, and then next will be to create. So I'll just for create, I'll just copy this one, and let's just go and paste it below over here. This will be to create the tax, create just a single tax over here, and we just need to pass in the body over here. Let me just go and close this one from here, and that should be fine. Let's just go and close this one, and let's just close remove this one as well. And here will be of the create the tax, and we need to pass in the body that we currently have. And okay, so we got some error over here, so this is going to return us the tax response as well, right? That should be fine. and next will be to update it. So let's just copy this one as well, and I'll just go and paste it below. So the update will also return as the task response, and let's say this is of the update the tags over here, and we need to send the body as well as the string of the ID over here, and this will be to update our tags, and we also need to send in the ID and then the body over here. So finally we have one more left, that will be to delete. So just copy this and go below over here. So this will be to delete the tags, and this will be of the delete the tags as well, and we just need to send a single ID over here, and this one will return the bool. So delete will return a boolean value, and we don't have to pass in this particular body over here. We just need to pass in the ID that we want to delete. And let's go and take a look. We have some errors over here, so I guess this is causing us the error, and I guess rest will be fine. So we have the function that is going to return us all of the tags, and this will return the future with the tags response, and get a single tags which is going to return us the future of the tags response. Create tags will also return us the future of the tags response, and update tags is also going us to return the future of the tags response. And finally we have a delete tags which is going to return us the future of the boolean over here. Now what we need to do is we need to create a provider using a ribbon, so we can provide this as a dependency in our use cases later. So for that I'll just go and create the provider over here, and this will be of a tags repository provider over here. And let me import the Flutter ribbon over here, and the return type will be of the tags repository over here, and from here we need to return the tags repository, and I need to construct this one, and I need to pass in the tags API. So if you go back to the tags API over here, we haven't created, I guess, that particular provider. So now we need to create that particular provider. So that will be of the provider, and this will be of the tags API provider. So let's just go and import the ribbon over here, and this will be of the tags API. So the tags API, that is going to return the type each of the return type each of the tags API, and here we will return the tags API. So we need to provide the DO. Now I need to grab that the final DO which is of equals to ref.the watch. So I need to watch that particular DO provider over here. So let's just go and import this particular DO provider that we have previously created in our remote and then the network service. That is the provider that we have over here. So that is coming from the ribbon, and if you are not familiar with the ribbon, you may be a bit confused, but we need to create a provider in order so that we can provide a dependency, because if you go back to our tags repository, this requires us the tags API dependency. So what we need to do is we need to create a provider using a Flutter ribbon, so we can provide in the dependency once we create the provider over here. So let's just go and say the const, or I need a final value of the tags API over here, and that will be of equals to the I need to ref.the watch. So that is continuously watching the changes on the tags API provider. So in case this one has some changes, it's going to rebuild our this particular tags repository. So let's just go and provide that one, and that should be fine. Now we don't have any error, and what we can do is let's just go and make this one as the auto dispose over here. So we don't want to just keep holding this particular repository in the memory once the use case is done, which means that if we are not using this particular tags repository, and if there is no one watching this particular tags repository, it will go and automatically dispose. That means it will go and remove this from our memory, which is good for our performance for our application, right? So I guess that's all for this lesson, and we have created our tags repository, and next will be to create our model and as well as the use cases. I'll give you as a homework, so if you can do it, that will be better. And that will be on our domain layer, all of our use case, and then the model will go to the domain layer. So let's meet up in the next lesson. Till then, have a great day.